Everybody's there yet?
Yeah. Evan, Ashton, Alyssa, and Bria just came in.
Hi, everybody.
And Christian, Mariel, Olivia, Jameen, Alex, and Garrett are here.
Good.
And Destiny.
Okay. Get started here in a sec.
And Chima.
Okay, good. Then we're good. All right. Okay, well, hey everybody. Welcome to, oh my gosh, finals, right? The day one of final presentation stuff here at COM 171 Teal College with me, Peg Watts. Hope you're having a good morning and everything is going all right for you in your world. Sending out good vibes and lots of positive energy for all of you. Hoping that you get through your finals easily and able to get all your assignments submitted. Most of you got this done, so yay. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take attendance and get that rolling any second now. And then we're gonna get started on the presentations. As many as we could get through today, and then coming back on Friday to finish it up. So need to remind you all that the policy for attendance for presentations is the same online as it has been face-to-face. You need to show up for both sessions. I mean, unless we get through all of them today by some miracle, but I know that's not true because I've got a few people who needed extensions because of extenuating circumstances, and so they still will need to present on Friday, I think, and so you need to be there for that. And anyone who's absent either today, and that's not you because here you are listening to it, or Friday is going to lose 5 points off their finals, so don't be that person. Don't be that guy or girl. Just don't do it. All right, this is the 22nd. And let's have roll call.
Evan.
Hey, Evan.
Ashton.
Hello, Ashton.
Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa.
Christian.
Hello, Christian.
Mariel.
Hi, Mariel.
Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
Jameen.
Hello, Jameen.
Alex.
And Alex.
Bria.
Bria.
Garrett.
And Garrett.
Destiny.
Hey, Destiny.
Chima.
Chima.
Bradley.
Bradley.
Nick.
And Nick. So, a couple of people have been having a hard time uploading their video to YouTube. They just have not done it before. They don't understand the process. I'm wondering if any of you would volunteer. There's 2 people in particular who are having a hard time getting it uploaded. So if you could post that you're able to help, then they can connect with you through our email in Moodle if they don't already have your contact information. And maybe you could help walk them through how to upload their video onto YouTube. Anybody want to be a friendly and helpful volunteer?
Destiny says she can help.
Destiny, you figured it out? I was actually concerned that you were one of the people that might need some extra help. So if you're having a hard time, Destiny, you could reach out to her. She will help. Anybody else feel like they wouldn't mind helping someone over the phone, talking them through? Talking them through uploading their video if they're having a hard time. Only Destiny, she's the only like compassionate soul in the class. How sad. You guys are making me sad. So, my phone number, I'm not going to give it out on Twitch because all of these lurkers will start calling me and giving me obscene phone calls, but I will email my phone number or post it on, I'll email it to you guys, and if you need help figuring it out, then John can walk you through it. John is pretty expert at this by now, right, John?
Yeah.
So, so Destiny, though, you could hit Destiny up and she will be happy to help. All right. Anybody have any questions before we move forward? If you're one of those who got an extension for this project, then, you will be presenting on Fridays. So just get your video into me as soon as possible and be ready for Friday. Soon as I find the link for this, there's so much stuff here now, right, on Moodle. It's just never ending. But we're almost done. They're down to our last week. Pretty crazy that we got through all of this. So, opening up the project, I'm gonna go ahead and start with some of the people who have submitted through Moodle. There's like six of you that were able to do it, so really, Moodle is so finicky and difficult to deal with sometimes. I think if your Wi-Fi or your internet is slow, then that can screw things up for downloading with them, or it just gets glitches. It's the weirdest thing. So, if we were a school that really had online classes for real, Moodle would not be the platform that we'd be using for it. It's fine for things that we have to do in class when we get to meet face to face, but it doesn't have the capacity to handle real online learning the way that eClassroom or Blackboard or others do. So, that's my opinion. I guess you guys probably agree with me. We're going to look at these things today. We're going to look at the presentations today. And then by the end of the weekend, I'll have everything graded according to the rubric, that kind of thing. Little bit distracted today. Today is actually my Aunt Linda's funeral, and none of us can be there. She's only allowed to have like 6 people present at the funeral home, and it just is, it's surreal. It's unnatural not to be able to be there for your family at a time like this. It's not right, and it makes saying goodbye that much harder too. We have these rituals in our culture to help us emotionally cope with things like this and make it through tough times. We are social creatures and we need each other to, Oh, look, there's his thing already starting. I'll get it fixed, hold on. I did not expect it to load that quickly.
Kayla's here.
Hi, Kayla. All right.
One day the virus is not in your country, the next day there is an outbreak that is leaving everyone scrambled and desperate. Every essential business is trying to stock their shelves fast enough, but they cannot because of the abundance of people going out and buying the supplies. The USA has been on lockdown for 2 months, and President Trump has finally been able to talk about reopening the USA. COVID-19 is a virus that needs to be taken seriously, and we all need to know that. The coronavirus was identified in Wuhan, China in December of 2019. Dr. Zheng Jian observed a cluster of unknown pneumonia patients on the 26th of December. The first person known to have fallen ill due to the new virus was traced back to the 1st of December of 2019 in Wuhan. The coronavirus symptoms are similar to the cold and flu symptoms. The coronavirus symptoms include fever, cough, aches and pains, sore throat, headaches, and shortness of breath. Those are just the most common examples of the coronavirus symptoms. The coronavirus has almost reached every country around the world. Some confirmed cases around the world include 2,416,135. There has been 165,939 deaths around the world, and 632,983 have recovered from the coronavirus. Every state in the United States has confirmed cases of the coronavirus. New York has the most confirmed cases. 770,564 confirmed cases around the United States. 41,114 deaths around the United States, and 70,799 have recovered from the coronavirus. So how can you slow down the outbreak? You have to wash your hands often, avoid touching eyes, nose, or mouth with unwashed hands, avoid contact with sick people, stay at home while you are sick, avoid others, cover your mouth, nose with a tissue or sleeve when coughing or sneezing. So what can you watch during the outbreak of the coronavirus? You can watch the new Netflix series Tiger King. It's about Joe Exotic. What else can you do during the coronavirus outbreak? You can cook, you can exercise, which includes going out for a walk or going for a run. You can go fishing if you keep your social distancing, and you can even play cards. Everyone wants this to end. Do what you're told. Social distance. Stop the spread.
Yeah. Good job. Okay, very good. Let me get rid of this. Like I said, I didn't expect it to start that quickly, but Christian, good job. Like I said, I'll be assessing these over the weekend, but hopefully everybody was able to hear that.
Malik is here.
Hi, Malik. All right, let's see. Here is Mariel. Let's see how Mariel's turned out. Except for the hassle of having to upload or transfer the file, I'm hoping that you guys thought this was a more fun project to do than a normal final might be. It's a fun way for me to be able to hear you guys and see your faces too. So there's that. Gotta admit I like that. Alright, so let's see how fast Mariel's will load.
The novel coronavirus pandemic has completely changed the world. Outbreaks of disease on a worldwide level have a major impact on the global economy and everyday lifestyles. These situations can cause extreme stress, fear, and anxiety. In addition, practicing social distancing can isolate people, making fear overwhelming for those who feel that they are all alone. The CDC has identified several areas of stress associated with this outbreak, including fear for the health of yourself and others, difficulty sleeping, changes in eating patterns, worsening of chronic health problems, and increased use of drugs and alcohol. They suggest these ways to cope with stress during the pandemic. Take care of your body by utilizing mindful practices like deep breathing, stretching, and meditation. Eat healthy, well-balanced meals and avoid overeating out of boredom. Exercise regularly and stick to a healthy sleep schedule. Avoid alcohol and other drugs. Take a break from the news and make time to relax, unwind, and engage in activities you enjoy. In addition, we must combat the feelings of isolation by trying to stay connected. Temple Health suggests these tips. connect digitally, text messaging, FaceTime, and social media make digital communication easily accessible. You can also use online meeting forums such as Zoom and Microsoft Teams to host a fun event like an end of the day happy hour, virtual movie watching parties, or dinner parties. Participate in a class virtually. Many fitness centers, Zumba instructors, museums, and zoos are offering virtual classes for physical fitness and education. This is a creative and fun way to connect with others and participate in an activity. Reconnect with your family, have family meals, play board games or do a puzzle, watch a movie together, or plant a garden. Have a neighborhood hangout in your driveways by having a cookout, organizing group exercise events, or having a neighborhood scavenger hunt. While the COVID-19 pandemic has made our lives increasingly difficult, these easy tips can significantly improve your mental health and physical well-being. Thank you. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Nice job, Mariel. Very good. Don't you guys agree? Nice job. Gotta admit, well, I am doing yoga and, kind of been hitting the M&Ms a little hard. But they're dark chocolate M&Ms, so they're good for you, right? It's like health candy. And I'm not giving up my wine. Sorry. That's not gonna happen. But all good ideas. What fun ideas too about socializing and connecting with others. It's so important right now when you feel isolated and everything is so skewed and weird, right? It's so not normal. Like, is there ever going to be normal again? Everybody wonders that. So my family has been getting together once a week with family happy hour. It includes the kids, and they just might have, ginger ale or something. But we all get together and have kind of like a family happy hour. All right, Alyssa Hilliard, let's take a look at yours and see how that came out. Well, it says it's loading. Come now. Seriously. Oh, there we go.
Since many states issued the stay-at-home order about a month ago, many now have to spend more time with people they live with. Whether it's your family, significant others, friends, whoever, we are now seeing how this pandemic is affecting everyone and their relationships. For some, this is a time where they can come together. For others, it leads to tensions and clashes that can have some extreme fallouts like divorce. No matter your situation, here are a few tips from Business Insider to help improve your relationships during this trying time.
Good source.
Everyone experiences stress differently and may be focusing on different things. By sitting down, talking about how everyone feels and accepting their feelings, not trying to dismiss or fix them, your attention can then be turned to taking care of practical matters and solutions as a team. Share gladness for your physical safety, for good memories, all the little things you take for granted. People never take the time to name what's good, and doing so is always very heartwarming. Embrace this opportunity to do something good for yourself. Whether it's reading a book or taking a walk, this extra time at home is your chance to do all those things you've been meaning to. No matter what this new or used activity is, make sure it's something you are all excited about and can do together. Having a shared project will enhance the good energy between you and the people you live with. Now more than ever, technology is our best friend. Stay in touch with the people you can't be around. Humans are very social, and an important aspect of mental health is feeling connected to others in the outside world. Utilize your resources and reach out. What is going on in the world can feel overwhelming and uncertain, but spending all day with the people you live with doesn't need to. After all, maintaining healthy relationships is a learnable skill, so even if you haven't mastered it yet, this extra time at home is the perfect opportunity to work on it.
Very nice job, Alyssa. I love the music in the background. Nice underbed. Good composition of different scenes and things. I guess you got your whole family involved in it. Hopefully that helped your family do something fun, right? Anyway, yeah, very good. Fun to watch. You guys are impressing me. I'm all excited. Okay, I see what's happening with you. All right, I'm talking to my computer. It's okay, right? You don't mind, do ya? That doesn't make me crazy, right? Not at all. All right, so Alyssa is good. Let's see who else we have here in Moodle. Nope. Oh, there we go. Bradley. Bradley, guess what? You're next. Hopefully it doesn't take a week to download it. It's so weird, right? I mean, the first one came up like boom, shaka laka laka boom, and the other one was, this last one was like, where is it?
What's up guys, my name is Bradley and I'm going to show you guys how to make hand sanitizer. What you guys are going to need is 3/4 cup of rubbing alcohol, 1/4 cup of aloe gel, and 10 drops of tea tree oil. When you guys have them all measured out in the cups, you want to go ahead and pour them in. Doesn't really matter what order, just as long as they get in there. Then you're going to want to whisk it. Once you guys have whisked it and it turned into a gel-like substance, it's ready to be applied. That's a lot. Quality. I found all of these instructions on healthline.com. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Good job, Brad. Nice. Good. Now I know how to do that. The tea tree oil is a good idea too, by the way. Just saying. That's a good idea. Didn't think about that because it's good for your skin. That tea tree oil's type of crazy stuff. All right. Let me just make sure. Okay, there. All right. Let's see. I think I have one or two more that are still in Moodle. How we're doing for time? Pretty good, pretty good. We may get through a lot of these today, which would mean that Friday's class is not going to be that long, and we'll just have a handful, like 5 to go through. Five presentations that are still outstanding. So, Chima's, I've got yours. Oh, there's Evan's, and so we'll probably go to his next. Oh, and there's Garrett. So we'll go to Garrett and then Evan. Evan, you had a heck of a time uploading your stuff, huh? And you got her done. Remember, if you guys are doing any back assignments, once you complete them, email me so I know, because I'm not psychic. And I don't know that you've done them, and Moodle in its artificial intelligence isn't intelligent enough to tell me.
Make your own PPE mask. First, let's talk about the supplies. 2 pieces of tightly woven cotton fabric, sewing pins, and scissors. Second, you will need to make your fabric ties. Take one of the fabric strips. At one end of the fabric strip, fold the end in and press it with an iron. Fold strip in half lengthwise and press it with an iron. Open the iron strip lengthwise, fold the bottom edge in toward the iron seam that you just made and press it with an iron. Preheat with the upper edge of the strip and press. Fold the strip in half again and press so both the edges of the long side are laying on top of each other. Using a sewing machine, stitch 1/4 seam along the open side of the strip. Repeat this step with the other 3 strips of fabric. Finally, you make the mask. Stitch right side of 2 pieces of cotton fabric together, ensuring all raw edges of fabric are aligned. Be sure that any fabric design is placed horizontally. If using elastic, pin one edge of each pin 1/2 below the raw edge at the top corners of the mask. Repeat with bottom edge of elastic piece 1/2 above the raw edge at the bottom of the mask. If using ties, pin one end of the fabric tie 1/2 below the raw edge at each of the top corners. Pin one end of the fabric tie 1/2 above the raw edge at each of the bottom corners. Using 1/4 seam, begin stitching around the outside of the mask. Begin on the bottom and sew around one side, then along the top of the mask. Leave a 2 to 3 inch opening along the 4th side of the mask. Turn mask fabric right side up, using a pencil to help push out the seams in the 4 corners. Press the mask, making sure to carefully line up and fold in the edges of the fabric. They are still open. Using straight pins or an iron, measure 2 or 3 evenly spaced folds on each side of the mask. Make sure that folds go in the same direction. Sew 1/4 seam along the sides of the mask to hold the folds in place and close the small area of the open seam, and your mask is finished. And that's how you make your own PPE face mask.
Okay, well, thanks for that. Detailed instructions on that. How much you want to bet that this is like a huge new cottage industry? If you're smart and you're bored and classes end, you'll get out your sewing machine and your fabric glue and your pipe cleaners and fabric and start making funky, cool face masks, because kind of got a feeling until we've got a vaccine coming up for us that we're going to see a resurgence of this. They're saying that the second wave of it is going to be even worse, and that's comforting. But we're going to have to be going to the face masks a lot in the near future. So Brian, my stepson Brian, is busy making face masks for family and friends. Has a sewing machine that he actually went and purchased to do this, and he's just asking for donations, and he's donating all the money that he gets to the local food bank. So that is pretty awesome of him. But it's a good way to make like a little extra money, or just be able to make fun, creative things for yourself. You're gonna want to have more than one face mask, right? Got to match your outfits. Got to have some neutrals, little pops of color maybe. Brian made me one that has embroidery with my name on it. So, if my name were Pegaroni, because that's what he calls me, and he actually embroidered Pegaroni on it.
Okay, so today,
this is Evan.
My topic for my PSA video will be essential items every home should have on hand during isolation. The CDC recommends all people should start wearing face masks or a cloth mask in public places where it's difficult to maintain a 6-foot distance from others. According to www.healthline.com, this will help slow down the spread of the coronavirus from people without symptoms or people who do not know they have contracted the virus. Cloth face masks should still be worn while continuing to practice social distancing. According to the CDC, they recommend that you self-quarantine if you're returning from travel to a high-risk area to stay inside for at least 14 days. CDC suggests that people stock up on canned goods, frozen foods, dried or freeze-dried foods, pasta and rice, peanut butter and jelly, bread and cereal, and shelf-stable milk. If you get sick, you should stock up on Pan-Ad fever reducers, cough medicines, tissues, bland food, tea, popsicles, broth, and sports drinks. As everyone is home, they suggest that people use soap and wash hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, use cleaning supplies, showering daily to stay clean. According to the CDC, the virus can live on plastic, your shoes, anything metal, and they can live up on those items or more for at least 3 days.
Well, it stopped while you have this surprised look on your face. It's kind of actually cute. Go get your mother because she'll like this. Like, I want her to see it. That's so cute. Anyway, all right, I'll listen to it all the way through. I don't know why it stopped right there, but good advice so far throughout most of it. I'm sure it didn't end that way, but good advice. So yeah, stock up on stuff. Isn't that the problem that we're having? Is everybody is busy stocking up on things and there's not enough left for everybody else. Alright, so now I've got these here that came through email. I've got Chima, Damien, Ashton, Jameen, and Nick. So, what we got left for time here right now? It's 10:30, so we've got plenty of time. So just drink your coffee and chillax. We're going to take a listen and a look at Chima's contribution to information about the health crisis. So they were saying, you know, that they weren't up. For some reason, that's not working. I must not have gotten it correctly. I'll check it again. For some reason, they were saying that it could be that pets could carry the coronavirus, right? If you're out with your pet and someone coughs on your pet, and then maybe your pet could bring the coronavirus home with them. And so talk to the Guide Dog Foundation for the Blind, where I got Reggie and my last guide dog from, and where Greyhound, my husband's guide dog, comes from. And they said, no, you know, because a dog's fur is porous, it kind of absorbs all the virus. It can't live, it can't thrive on the dog's fur. So that's not a thing it can do. But on the leash and the collar, yeah, if, you know, something got aspirated onto that. And so for us in the guide dog handler community, they're telling us to wipe down our harnesses as soon as we get home, and you know, the handles and everything. Make sure. I don't know why that's not working, Chima. But I'm going to try to access it from my email because I saved the emails too. Because, you know, I don't trust any of this. So, here you go. Here's yours. Let's see if I can access it this way.
This video has been removed by the uploader.
Oh, Chima, it's been removed by you. You're gonna have to try to resubmit that, or maybe is it that it needs to be made public? Is that the problem? Anyway, check it and then send me through email the updated link. So no harm, no foul. I know you tried to get it done, so you're not gonna get you know, penalized for that. I just want you to try to send it to me again. Let's see if we can get the next person to go while Chima's working on that. Here's Damien's. So hopefully we can make that happen.
Hi guys, it's Damien Southwick. This is my public service announcement about what's going on in the world and what I think is something very important that everybody needs to pay attention to and make sure that they're doing the right thing with, and that is mental health. You don't want to be a negative person with a negative outlook for weeks and months at a time, because that could change the way that you think long term. I watched a video on WebMD with their chief medical officer, John White, and he talked to a psychologist named Seth Gilliam. In the video, he kind of asked him questions about why humans weren't made for isolation and they weren't made to be fearful of others. And something that caught my eye the most was the psychiatrist said, like, it's very, very important that children understand that what's going on, and they can understand that this isn't going to be a forever thing. And they don't want their children being fearful of others, and that just hurting their social skills in the long term. I also went on CDC's website to look at some tips about how to stay positive and how to keep a healthy mind and body during this. Some of the examples they used were relax, find time to wind down each day. I know that's most of what there is to do is relaxation and stuff, but healthy relaxation, like reading a book, spending time with your families, playing board games. Another thing is take breaks from the news, reading articles from the news and watching the news, because with all the main, pretty much everything that's on the news is there's this amount of deaths going on today, there's this, what doctors are saying, this could last for months and months and months more. It's important to stay updated on that, but you can't let your whole day, every day, be surrounded by the negative outlooks on that. You got to stay positive and saying, we can get through this. We have to be our best, pretty much. Other ways they said were to take care of your body. Don't use drugs and alcohol and pills to try to get through it. That's just going to end up hurting your body longer in the long run. You can become addicted through that. You got to exercise, and you got to get plenty of sleep. That's very important for your body to stay for your body to stay healthy. I'm sorry. But yeah, like I said, I think mental health is a very, very big issue that could maybe hurt generations in the long run. So yeah, that's my public service announcement. I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope everybody understands that it's important to keep a positive mind and keep your body healthy during all this. Thank you.
Good advice, Damien. It's what we all should need to be doing right now, is trying to stay as positive as possible. And it's not easy, right? It's not an easy thing to do. It's easy to get depressed and overly anxious, but there's always something positive to think about. Even in the worst of situations, you can always find something to focus on that is a little bit better feeling. And once you do that and you move your feelings a little bit in a better direction, it gains momentum and you're able to pull yourself out of that a little bit. We are social animals, right? That's what we are, and the reason for that is survival. We are hardwired to recognize each other and to look for acceptance, friendliness between strangers. We look for those kinds of signals and signs in people we don't know, that we have uncertainty about immediately. And, survival, because it's more of a sure thing. You have a better chance of making it through tough times if you're surrounded by others and you work together. And, that's the part of collectivism that really is significant and relevant, and the part of individualistic culture that falls a little short, right, if you're worried just about you. anyway, nice job. And yes, we do like I said with my aunt's funeral today, us not being able to be there has multi layers of unhappy to it, of uncomfortable. We're not just, sad because we lost her, or we want to pay honor to her. Like, I honor my Aunt Linda in my heart every day, but it's the coming together and the shared feelings, like, that's the thing that helps you heal. It's a definite component. It's a definite tool that we use to help to heal from pain and difficult situations. We support and take care of each other, and the fact that we can't do that, and that people are dying in the hospital totally alone while their friends and family are feeling helpless and can't even talk to them. I have a friend in the hospital right now in Arizona, not related to COVID, something completely else is going on with him, and his wife is one of my best friends, and he's actually in a hospital up in Vegas, and she's 90 miles away back home because they won't let her near him, and he's about to have surgery. She's not allowed to go in the hospital with him. She's not allowed to be around for when he comes out of surgery, any of that. It's it's a very difficult thing. It's not what we're used to. It's not normal. Okay, next. At some point when it's done making that fun circle pattern.
Today I'm going to be explaining how to make a face mask out of fabric. I have a mask here that I'm going to be using as reference because it is too time consuming to show the whole process through the video, and because I don't have any more elastic. So the items that you're going to need are 2 10-inch by 6-inch pieces of fabric, 2 6-inch pieces of elastic, scissors, a sewing machine, and thread. So the first step is to cut out the 2 pieces of fabric that are 10 inches by 6 inches. Next, you're going to place the face of each piece together, which is, the face is the part that you want to be showing, like the nice part. So it's the design on either side. And then you're going to sew the top and bottom together. After doing so, you want to turn it right side out, where you can place the elastics in the sides and sew those in place. You're going to want to put one up at the top and pin it in place, and one pinned in place down at the bottom on both sides. And then you're going to sew your sides shut. Then the last step is optional. It's making these folds so that the mask will better fit your face. To do this, you're just going to take the fabric and roll it and pin it in place. And then going downwards, you're going to be sewing over top of those. So by making this mask, you could potentially be keeping yourself and others from becoming sick. And this is one method of making a mask. There are other methods as well, but this is similar to the one from the CDC.
Super funky cool. That's good. Like, yeah, like I said, this is going to be a new cottage industry. You watch. And people are going to be selling, having their little websites and up on social media for making fun, cool masks. A new fashion trend. Anyway, that was Jameen. No, that was Ashton. Okay, sorry, Ashton. Good job. Nice work. And nice to see your faces. It is. It feels good to see you guys.
The hospital so they could save lives. And it's only been in the last couple of weeks that we have begun to come down from that situation and think about reassigning healthcare workers to things like community testing, having enough PPEs, which is a constant struggle.
Don't know how that happened. It just came up. The mysteries of YouTube, kiddos. All right, so now we've got Jameen. Let's see what's going on here.
Alright, so my public service announcement is about exercise and the importance of that during our at-home time and during our time away from everybody else. Hopefully it's a little bit different than everybody else's topics, so everybody can learn something. But all the information that I'm going to share is through the World Health Organization, the WHO, so it's a very trusty and reliable source. But my first point is to try and stay active. Like if you're going to watch TV or watch a movie or play video games, you know, whether it's every hour or every 2 hours, try and get up and walk around, even if it's just walk around your house. You know, do some kind of light, easy exercise, just to give yourself periods of time where you're going to exercise in between the longer periods of time where you're probably going to be watching TV. And you're going to be at home with your family most, like in most cases, people are going to be home with the rest of their family members. So another thing is to do activities with your family, such as like go for a family walk or a bike ride or some other outside activity, or whoever you're staying home with. My third point is if you're going to be a little more serious about exercising and doing kind of, you know, a more physical exercise, there's many bodyweight exercises, such as Pilates, yoga, what else do I have, like P90X. There's many exercise platforms, and a lot of them are free on YouTube, so that's what I've been doing a lot, is just doing bodyweight stuff that I find on YouTube, and it's free, and it's, you know, an hour out of the day, and it helps me. That's my last point, is improving your physical performance and your physical appearance, and how strong your body is not only gonna make you feel good, but it's also going to, you know, sharpen your mental state, because if you're still on top of your game like you were at school, where you could exercise regularly every day, then if you kind of stay in that same routine while we're at home, it's gonna keep you in a routine. It's gonna keep you on top of things. So that should boost your immune system. That's what the World Health Organization says, and I believe that to be true as well. So that's what I've been believing when I'm exercising at home, trying to stay on top of things. So I hope this helps, and I hope everybody learned something. Thank you.
Good job, Jameen. Yeah, staying healthy right now is really important. Boosting your immune system is huge. You know, being able to fight off other kinds of illness that are still around. The only thing that's making us sick right now isn't only COVID, right? There are still colds and stomach viruses and other things that are floating around. You don't want to weaken yourself by catching things and then leave yourself susceptible to catching this as well. So, all right, so finally we're going to take a look at Nyx, and then that'll take us through the rest of today. Chima, get me that updated link for yourself, please, so I can get you done first thing on Friday. And everybody else who has an extension or has extenuating circumstances that made it hard for them to be able to do the project on time, you will be going on Friday too. So like I said in the email, make sure that's into me by today. I've got to be able to review it before we can present it online. So it's the right thing to do, kiddos. Or it's what I want you to do. How's that? You know what my favorite thing to tell my kids was? 'Cause I said so. That's why. Doesn't have to be another reason. That's the only one.
Today I'm going to go over how to make a face mask for you to stay safe from the coronavirus. Masks should be worn at any time you're in public or people are nearby. Masks act as a physical barrier to protect you and others from the viral and bacterial particulates. Many people unknowingly infect others by going out and spreading the germs by coughing and touching others. Items you will need are hair ties, an old t-shirt sleeve or any kind of fabric, and a stapler. So first you're going to want to take your old sleeve or your fabric and you're going to want to cut it so it's longer. So it should look like this now. And then you're going to want to take it and fold each of these ends in kind of like so. Okay? And then you're going to take your hair ties and you're going to put them in between these loops, these folds, and you're going to staple on the other side of these things. So it should look like this, where the staple's on that side, folded in the crease there, and here's your string, the hair tie. You're going to want to do that for both sides. And now that both sides are done, they should look like this on the inside, and here's the other side, and you just put it on. My ears are very small. And there you go. There's your face mask.
Okay.
Your face mask should fit snugly and put comfortably against the sides of your face. It should be secured with hair ties, any kind of ties, or ear loops to go around your face. Include multiple layers of fabric, allow for breathing without restriction, and be able to be laundered or washed regularly without damage or change of shape.
Very good. I like what you did there, Nick. I like that you explained in the beginning why, right? Why we're doing it, and then some of the different elements of making a face mask that make it more effective. But now we're all going around looking like we're part of ISIS or robbing a bank. Yeah. New normal. All right. I got an email while I was doing that. Could that be? Let me just take a quick look before I let you guys go, because maybe it's Chima. Why, it is Chima. Let's see if we can get Chimas to go, and then I'll let you guys loose. But, like you're gonna go somewhere. Ha! Where are you going? Are some of you able to, you know... I imagine some of you are working. You work in the food service industry or in essential jobs. But look, you know what you did do? You got done with this class. That's what you did. You accomplished stuff. There are people who did not accomplish anything during this time. I've been in isolation for 40 days. There are people within that 40 days who have not done jack diddly. But you have. You finished this and other classes. So let's check out Chima. Look at his smiling face. There we go.
My topic was on social distancing. So on social distancing, people should like take it more serious, because nowadays people are like not taking it, you know, like it's a real matter. People are like, you know, being so nonchalant with it just because they think they're not gonna get the virus. Anybody can get it. You don't know who has it. You know, it's like now it's global. Anybody can have it. So for social distancing, people should always keep 6 feet away. Never, you know, get close to somebody, even if it's your friend or whoever the person may be. And if you are, you know, trying to maintain a conversation, make sure like you have a mask on, because you don't know if the person's talking to you, you're legit getting infected with the virus. So always wear a mask on. And for social distancing, make sure like your whole body is like covered up, like how I am right now. Make sure you have like long sleeves or like, you know, long, you know, pants, you know, everything's just covered up, so just in case you don't get the coronavirus. And also try to limit yourself from like going outside. That's another key role in social distancing, because you don't want to keep going out every single time, touching doors, touching anything, because you don't know who's the last person that touched, you know, that object or whatever it was. So you should only be going, you know, to stores if you like need like mandatory essential things like food, crates of water, but you shouldn't be going, you know, buying clothes. Now is not the time for that. Now is the time to be getting, you know, important things that you need for your home. So for social
social distancing, just like make sure, you know, you stay away from people as much as possible. If it's a family, that's understandable. You can like get close to your family, but like if it's like other people, try to keep, you know, be isolated. You know, you gotta like, you know, do it for yourself because you don't wanna catch the coronavirus and, you know, get infected by it.
Good job, Chima. I don't want to get infected by it either. No. Yeah, coronavirus, guys, this is no joke, right? And I'm sure you've discovered and learned so much from doing the research to do your PSAs. And you see what's in the news. And yeah, turn the news off once in a while. It's good for your mental health. Turn off your alerts for your news on your phone. The world will still be here tomorrow. But it isn't a joke. My son is only 39 years old, guys. He's only 39. He's 6'2". He's 220 pounds. He works out. He runs. He's been active his whole life. He's always been healthy. And this virus almost killed him. Not only that, his wife is 5 years younger than him, and she got it while he was sick with it. She got a mild version. And then about a week ago, it came back on her in full force. She was really knocked out. 35 years old. This virus doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't care what age you are. It doesn't care about your economic background. It is designed, its only function is to reproduce itself, and it does that in your body and makes you very sick. It causes a terrible kind of pneumonia that's really difficult to get rid of. As it reproduces itself in your body, other things happen, like your immune system starts to go haywire. Because, you know, it starts, your immune system starts attacking itself. So nothing to fool around with this. It's not just like a flu, and people aren't overreacting. And I would like to get outside as much as anybody else, but, you know, I hope that many of you are not experiencing what my family has had to experience, but I happen to know that some of you have experienced some very harsh times right now. And you can tell your friends, this is no joke. So I'm really glad that you guys took this project seriously. And so far, so good. Good job. Like I said, I'll be grading them over the weekend. And everybody else who's still outstanding, please make sure you get your videos into me by tonight. Today's Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, as soon as possible. If not tonight, by tomorrow. And I'm only saying that, you guys, because I've been in contact with these people. I know, like I said, they've got extenuating circumstances with people in their family sick, or funerals that they've had to go to, or unreliable housing right now, just things like that. So definitely not trying to milk this. So yeah, for those of you who have extensions, get me your video by tomorrow night at the latest, so that I can review it. And then Friday we'll be back here again on Twitch and finishing up the presentations. It will be our last class. You need to be here, mandatory attendance, minus 5 points if you're final, if you're absent. So, you know, think about that, and make sure you're here to support the rest of your cohorts here who have to still make their presentation. Meanwhile, much love and peace and light to all of you. And like I said, I miss you. Seeing your faces makes me miss you more. And I really hope everything is going to be able to go back to normal again in the fall, and we can all see each other in person and go back to something close to normal. All right, you guys, have a good rest of your day. I'll talk to you later.